It says we're live.
Yes, we are live and we have sound.
Cool. Hello and welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AWOL. Check this out. There's nothing over here. That is because we're going to be over in the other spot. So let's shift over there. Ta-da! Let's move my mic over here so you can hear me. Today, instead of me actually making a bracelet, we are going to be working on making a pattern. And I have been super anxious about this because this one is a doozy. But before we get into it, let's first remind everybody we still have the secret word game. So all we have to do is chat to win cool bracelets. One was made by me and the other was made by Minute Craft. So yeah, that's kind of a thing. And I am joined today by my lovely wife, Mandy. And yeah, so we're going to try to make a pattern. So basically I got a request for this and I was like, holy cow, this is so far over the top. This is crazy. But the interesting thing was that the person who made the request actually gave me the Instagram to where it came from. So that, it turns out, is this guy. This is Kyrie Handmade. Anyways, he makes a whole lot of cool stuff. And this is his latest post. This is him making the bracelet that I've ordered from him. So yeah. And he might actually join us a little bit later on. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I am... this thing is going to stress me out. I already know. So, all right. So the first thing I need to do is I'm going to put a guideline over here, and then I'm going to use the rotate tool and try to straighten this up. And that looks fairly straight up and down. And then I'm going to take this tool. Yeah, I have a huge amount of respect for this guy. These bracelets are absolutely over the top. Control V. Oh, wow, that came out a lot smaller than I expected. All right, so we need to expand that. And I think we're going to actually, let's make this just a little bigger. I think we're going to actually put this to its own layer. So in case I need to move it around later. What the? I didn't hit the thing, so it didn't scale it. There we go. Yeah. So it is on a new layer. All right. So yeah, and then we'll put in one more layer transparent because I want to know where the center of this thing is. So let's do a pencil tool. We can go pretty big. All right, so there's this one and this one. This one, this one. So basically, I'm coming in a square at a time to figure out where the center is, because instead of trying to make the whole length of this thing, I can make a quarter of it and then copy and paste. Is that right? Is this the halfway? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so there's a diamond right in the center of it. Let's zoom in here. Just sort of mark that off. And then we can erase all those. So okay, now we kind of know where the center is. Basically, what I want to do is I want to use these diamonds that run down the middle to set the length of this thing, so we can figure out kind of where we are with it. Again, this whole bracelet is absolutely, it blows my mind. So I worked out that there are 5 colors. There's this like dark blue, you know, kind of a blue black that's out here. There is this red. There is whatever this kind of a brownish color. There's this whitish, and then there's this gold out here. So yeah, it's gonna be this is gonna be a tough one. Whoa, Control Z, that was crazy. Fill similar colors. Wait, oh, I'm on the wrong layer. That's why. Like that was not meant to happen. All right. Can you guys see what I'm working off of? Not really. So it's this red diamond kind of comes out here, and then there's like this brown one inside, and then there's this white one just does the small diamond, and then it's really hard to tell in the picture. Can I move this over some more? It's really hard to tell. Like, I think that's another one of those browns. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's a brown. So the guy who requested this, I let him know that this would be on the live stream, so maybe he'll be around. I'm really curious from the guy who requested it if he really thinks he's going to make this thing, because honestly, I would be pretty hard pressed at the notion of making it myself. Like, honestly, this thing, it's crazy. And we'll talk a little bit more about like why I think this is insane. But so here's something interesting. See how the blue comes down to here and then turns back, and then it's like that brownish color over here, right? So it's not, there is something, and that kind of happens down in this area too. So we can grab the blue. The blue is 2 of these, and then this comes in. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of like having to pay attention to the details, and I'm sorry if I miss a lot of the conversation, guys, because it's going to be a lot of concentrating on this, I'm sure. All right, so this comes back out. And then it's the red again. But this time the red only makes a small diamond. And then the brown comes back in. And it's brown inside the center of that again as well. Okay, so this comes in and just goes straight back out. And it looks like it's just going to keep doing that for a little bit. So as you can tell, like, this is totally crazy. Oh, by the way, I want to show you guys this. So this one from the pattern from photo 7, where I was saying this bracelet was insane because the number of knots from end to end and how I made this giant long pattern, it's the same dude. Like, this was somebody had posted this picture looking for the answer to it over on Reddit, and I never could figure out whose it was that actually made the bracelet. And then I get this request, and I'm like, you know, the packaging kind of looks the same. Like, what's up with that? And so I went through, and I went like way far down in the Instagram account, and then I actually found, whoops, not that one. I actually found the actual post, and I was just like, oh, well, there you have it. It's the same dude. So yeah. So I have been in touch with the actual guy who makes the bracelet. Like I was saying, like, he's actually making me one. And I found out how he's able to make so many knots from top to bottom. In fact, this is 56 strings, and it's only 3.5 cm wide. So it turns out that he's just, he doesn't buy embroidery floss. He buys thread, and he stretches it out and puts 4 pieces of thread per strand to make his stuff. And I have a photo of this. Is it let's see, is it this one? Yeah. So there you can actually see the 4 strings together. So it doesn't even appear that he's like joined them in any kind of way or done anything to it to hold them together. So yeah, it's a lot of string to cut. Like, absolutely blows my mind. So yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know where to begin with that. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's still bunches. Yeah. No, I'm. Part of me kind of wants to mess around and try seeing what it's like to try and make a super skinny bracelet with like teeny tiny thread. But the thought of like cutting that much string just sounds nightmare-ish. Yeah. Yeah, and it'd be real easy to mix them. Yeah. Yeah. All right, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Eight. I don't think we got the line exactly where we want it, but hang on, I can fix that. Yeah, this is insane if you ask me. Like, just the sheer amount of knots involved is crazy. And mind you, like if you look at the post, like he started this thing on mine like days ago, and he's like just past the halfway point. So yeah, mind you. Oh, so he's got his own shop, and he's selling the bracelets. So like that one that this one from the photo number 7. This one's actually still available in his shop, and it's like 17 and change in Singapore dollars. So if you want to help support a fellow nodder, go check out what he has available. And yeah, I mean, that's kind of a cool thing we could do. All right, man, I don't even. It's like where to begin with this thing. All right, so I think let's try to bring this over so you guys can see. I think the next thing we can focus on is these white things, because like I always say, like in these things, if you start with whatever's the easiest, then whatever's left will become easy. So I think that's what we're going to try to go with here. So it's this white. Yeah. Yeah, and the trouble is like that the picture itself is not super easy to count how many knots. I'm guessing that's 2. All right, and then and that seems to be the brown. I think this is like the where the brown's limit is. And then it goes off into these blues. And I'm not even sure if I have enough contrast for that. If that's, does that seem dark enough? No.
No.
Gotta change that up, right?
It's too close.
Yeah. All right, so that's more noticeable. That's what I get for like actually trying to take colors from the bracelet itself. All right. So it looks to me like the white then comes around this and all the way down into this corner. Two, three. Right. Wow. Okay. I think I kind of see what you're saying with the numbers. It's, yeah, I don't do this one nearly that much. And the fact that it goes in both directions. Ah! Oh, okay. Might as well do this. the little brown ones in the side, like those really kind of. I kind of maybe see why that's a thing, but that doesn't make it any easier. I'm, uh, uh, and I'm guessing that there's not an awful lot of strands of the white itself, which probably makes this even kind of more impressive. Like, honestly, I can't. Like, how long are the strings? I'm gonna put another. Can I? Yeah. I'm gonna put another little line right here, because that seems to be like where the cutoff point for the brown is versus the blue. Again, I'm just trying to make this as easy on myself as possible. Yeah, I have to admit, like, I was actually talking with Rainbow about this before starting this project, about how just knew that this was just going to be a difficult one to do. And she was suggesting that maybe this is the one that I don't do. And I gave it a lot of thought. I thought about the possibility of just saying, you know what, I'm not making this pattern. But then I thought about, like, is there anything potentially that could be learned from this one? Like, is there something I could teach about making this pattern? And I felt that, yeah, there really kind of is. This is the kind of thing where maybe somebody watching this might get the idea that they too can actually do a pattern. All right, I've done something wrong and I don't know what it is. Well, let's just make it a diamond for now. Actually, we can do that the whole time. Essentially, that's what they are, right? It's just these, and then there's a line out of it. And if I just treat it like this, it might be a little bit easier. Yeah, the white's getting used a whole lot. Like, that's what I'm thinking. Like, if you're having to cut strings to do, I don't know how many knots from top to bottom this thing is, but if you're doing that, this white is going to get used a lot. Like, a lot of the other colors, maybe not so much, but this is gonna be a thing. Yeah, I have no idea what kind of length he's actually cutting his strings to. All right, so I've already lost track of where I'm at. So this is where it's doing its regular S, and then this one is sort of not an S. All right. So this goes to there, and this goes this way, and then this goes to there. And then these are blue. Right. Something's wrong again. Yeah. So he has been invited. He commented like that. He sounded like it was a cool idea. I told him it was a chance that he could actually talk about his product, and you know, I don't know. He was supposed to go. Oh. That way. Is that right? So this went this way, and this one comes in from this way. Okay. Well, I don't know. I feel like here's another person who's put a lot of time and effort into it, into, you know, doing knots and stuff. And I kind of feel like, you know, I don't want to just like, eventually my channel gets monetized, right? Hopefully my channel gets monetized. I don't want to make money off of his artwork without giving him a chance to make money off his own artwork. Like he did this. Is there? I don't know if you guys can see this. Let's something went wrong over here, right? Is that, am I something? It's not doing the S like it's over here. Like he okay, so I think we're going to I think we're gonna have to make a correction. Whoops. Yeah. All right. So this, oh, this is so freaking confusing, guys. I'm not even kidding. Like, this just absolutely does my head in. Yeah, it might be. Like, there's a bit of that going on too, right? So this came around. Wait, let's get a version up here. This is this one. This is this one. Oh man, I kind of wish I knew these patterns better. I don't know which direction this is supposed to go down here. Ah. I think this goes. Wait, no. Is that right? Yeah, it's really hard to tell from the photo. It's a decent photo, but it's not. It was not made to take a pattern from. This was just a post on Instagram. So this is like an S, and this is like the backwards S. This is like an S, so it's another backwards one. So the backwards one starts in here. Right. Yeah, I think you're right. I think Instagram is not trying to have like the highest resolutions or anything. Oops. All right. Which way does the last one go? Ah! Well, to be honest, I wasn't even sure about the whole notion of like, hey, bro, I want to make your pattern available to the world and stuff. So, I mean, you know, I didn't exactly like ask for a better photo. Mind you, the photo comes out better, like a higher res, if you share the link in the chat, which I'm sure that wasn't what Instagram intended to do, but somehow I got a better version than if I had tried to screenshot it. Okay. And then when that flips, that's going to be right. So maybe I didn't mention this, but the whole point of like why I didn't finish out the rest of these diamonds is if I can finish just this one quarter because everything else is symmetrical, I can copy the quarter that I'm working on and flip it horizontally, and I can get the other side. And then I can take the whole top and flip it and get the whole bottom. So that's kind of the goal here, is to basically not make myself insane. Mind you, I still have to work out like where these threads go to, because that will answer the questions of like how many you need of whatever color, which just even that just sounds scary as hell. But this line is this line right here. So yeah. Again, I'm just kind of going with the easiest stuff. And then hoping that it doesn't, hoping it just all works out. Okay, so it would appear the next thing that's really kind of standing out to me is there's this little row of like every one of these little kickouts goes like this, and there's a little white one in the center of all of these. So I can put those in. Yeah, when you flip it, the S will turn out right. Yeah, yeah, and isn't that cool? Like I love it when these things actually come together right. By the way, I did not, when I've seen the videos of him making these things. When he talked about it, he says that there's no pattern. I don't think he's using a computer to figure this out. And if he's doing this all off the top of his head, wow, seriously, like that's just, I can't imagine that being possible. I couldn't do it. That's not even my ADHD brain is like, nope, that's not a thing. It can't be. You can't do that. But yeah, I don't know. So this goes over 3 into is it just 3 this way, right? Yeah. Back in. Yeah, I have to admit, like that hit me weird. Like that would bother me a lot. Whoa. Something's not adding up here. Hey, no, go knock on the door. Yo, dude, what is this? I think so. Okay, the whole 56 strings was based on what he told me, and I'll be honest, at this moment I'm thinking that's wrong, because if we look at this, right, this this is going to make life hard. Because I'm going to have to change this bit over here. Wow, that's not fun. It also means I might have to change up these up here. Damn it. All right. So yeah, we're really going to test my Photoshop / GIMP skills here today. Yeah, you know what? I'm actually not. I'm kind of the idea that you guys can actually see what kind of goes into this is sort of a thing. Mind you, I was going to do this as like a regular weekday video. And then I was like, you know what? This is going to be like really like a super, super long. If I did this as a regular video, this thing might take a couple hours. And that's when it hit me like, oh, a couple hours. Well, that's like live stream stuff. So the question is how many knots are there past the end of this gold thing? It looks like it goes to there. Does that seem right? Well, I don't mind the distractions, honestly. It just makes it easier to have things to talk about or kind of hearing your guys' thoughts and stuff. Oh, by the way, I'm back on my meds, so I'm slightly more normal. I don't know if you guys noticed. Now, I don't know how I'm going to do this. Yeah. Oh, and this is also weird. Right. Wait, just double check this. Yeah. Functional. Yeah, that's a good word. I like that. Okay, so to show you what's kind of going on here, we have this little dilemma. This knot here doesn't go to the edge, but that's kind of where the edge is. That means this whole thing that I'm about to chop out of here is going to be off a bit, which is weird. Control X, Control V. So I have made it slightly transparent so I can see that I'm lined up. Yep, that brings us to the bottom there. And yeah, that's a little bit off. I think we're lined up now. There it is. And then we can paint that back to white. Okay, so yeah, so not 56 strings. I don't know how many strings it is, but that was wrong. So that goes up to the top. This goes out to the side. Wait. Is that it? Man. So a lot of this does not make sense. That's just possibly Am I missing something here? Why is this not adding up now? Hey, Queen Bee. So this went this way, out and this way. Oh no, I guess this does make sense. It comes all the way back to this. Oh man. That's insane. Okay. So now everything in between this are these blues. And then does this? Yeah, there's a straight line coming down this way. Wow. Maybe. Maybe that is sort of possible. I need to know where to split these now. This middle line, well, this line here isn't right anymore. Yeah. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of sorting out with this thing. Is this... So this comes down to this one, and then right, that's the same thing happens down here as this one. All right. So this is right here, this area. And then yeah, I think you're right about the straight edge. That's I think that makes a lot of sense. That sort of mind you, I have very little intentions of making this thing for my, myself. Like, I'm making this pattern because somebody requested the pattern. That said, I might try like, so when we did this one, right, this is, I made this bracelet based off of that pattern. So I might do something like that. Mind you, this many strings is gonna be something like, it'd be super long. It would or super wide. Mind you, I don't know how many strings there are now. It's still a lot. Uh, so yeah, so far he made a guitar strap. We basically we were kind of comparing, like, you know, between each other's works and things that we've done. And I think he made a guitar strap out of I think it's yarn. I don't think he did it out of this thread. It looks like it might have been yarn. And I was just like, okay, that's nuts. That's just, yeah, crazy. All right, so I'm going to try out another fun tool we have. And we need to double check. Yeah. This one allows me to choose by a color. And in this case, it is that gold. And if I Control C, Control V, I can grab all that I did with the gold. Am I lined up on the squares good? Yeah, I guess that's not bad. Whoops. Yep, so that lands it perfectly in the middle. So yeah, I just basically saved myself a whole boatload of time right there. So that's awesome. Yeah, so I'm really curious. The person who requested this, like, are they seriously going to make this thing? Like, that I want to see. Because if you were to do this, like if I did this single stranded, it would be just over 5.5 cm wide, which is huge. And then you wouldn't get very far down the pattern before you were longer than a wrist. See, now I need to figure out like how many strings there are. basically move these guidelines out of here while we figure this out. Yeah, I went into this because he told me the number of strings, so I went into this like believing that I knew the right number. Obviously, that was wrong. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Hang on. Shit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22. That's 22, so 44 strings coming down. So 22. 22 is 11. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That can't be right. 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So I'm really it's either here or here. And I think you're right about the odd string because there's one more string over here. I think that's, like you said, that's the straight edge thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, and then there's that extra one string there. So this is what does that mean for this though? Yeah, losing count. That's like such an ADHD thing. Oh my God. Like I could be counting and then like lose track of it where I am like mid counting. It's a skill. Shit. I think if we look at this, right? If we're to think that this, see, this doesn't quite go upright, which also bothers me intensely. So if we're going to try to make it right, yeah, okay, it's good. I feel better. I kind of feel like this has to go maybe up higher. Does that make sense? At least a few. Let's add 500 pixels. All layers fill with white. Whoa, what the hell did you just do? Control Z. What the hell is that? Why did it go over top of everything I had? Why did that? Did you see what happened? Why would it do that? Is it just being mean? I feel like it's being mean. There we go. Oh wait, I might have been wrong about this. If this is the halfway point in between it, I think I can actually take that out. I suddenly... What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this. Wait, which one is supposed to be the center of the between this edge and here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. Why does this not make sense? Are you looking at this?
Hmm?
This doesn't, something's not making sense here and I can't figure out why. I want to put a guideline between this one and this one, right? So I'll zoom in a little bit more so you can see.
You realize I cannot see what you're pointing at the moment.
The blue, okay, the blue, between the blue dot and where the red dot is, where the line is for the red dot. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. See, it's sort of like an offset because this one's down half of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So what's technically the middle of those? Is that here? No, line to the right.
There is no half. There is no half because it's odd number.
Okay.
Because you're on 2 different rows.
Oh my God, this is not, yeah, they're not on the same line and that's why they can't really find the center. But if I move this over one, so this line here is the center between here and here. Like this line actually adds up to being right. The right amount of space in between it. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to divide it so that way I can get these two bumps. Which means, yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Okay, so let's try to put, it's from this one, it was 1, 2.5, 1, 2.5. So now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 6 on one side, 5 on the other. I guess that's going to have to do. Let's grab the pencil and the square thing. Change this to that and whoops, 45. Perfect. Whoops. Why is it doing a funky... There. The hardness was off, which is really weird. Wow. Okay, I guess that makes the most sense. Like, that's as evenly spaced out as I think I can do it. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 versus 5? 5, and then this is 6. Did I do it wrong?
We can't see the big picture.
Yeah, this is the most even. Okay. I can't even, I'm having a hard time even putting that down there. Yeah, so that's about as even as I can make it. So this is seriously not even like friendly for kumis or any of that kind of good stuff. All right. Whew. Why is that on? Feels similar. Oh, because I'm not on the right. Wow. So now trying to figure out where the dots go, that's a whole new kind of challenge. I don't even think he actually goes up this far, because look where the dots are. Can I show you this? Why is... Well, here, I can go to this one. It doesn't go up this far. So I need to figure out that, because that's kind of a thing. So there's 2 dots this way. That one and that one. Oh, that might not be right. then why? Oh. Aww. House tigers are silly. Although I just saw something today where somebody was trying to sort of forcefully be close to their cat, and the cat just turned around and just gave a quick snap with their paw, and they caught it on camera. It was just a fraction of a second, but that person's vision will never be the same again. They got a scratch right across the part of the eyeball that actually you look out of. So yeah, they are forever changed. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with this row here, because it's clear that there's something went wrong in the bracelet itself, and it seems to be a thing here. Yeah. Yeah, she just put her face like way too close to the cat, and the cat was just like not having it. So yeah, it's unfortunate, but yeah, she kind of had it coming. Hey, look at that though. Those dots all worked out. Wear goggles. Yeah. So yeah, I'm like I said, I am tempted in trying to see this in a smaller version, kind of like how I did the other bracelet. So I basically got it kind of colored in. Now putting in the underlying strings and figuring out how it goes together should be easy-ish. We'll see. I still don't know about this row up here because it doesn't work out right. Like this one here is literally like it's joining the two pieces together. It doesn't jive right with the rest of the thing. So here comes the slightly more tedious part of all of this. Like these brown ones have to be kicking back from in here. The question, of course, is like how many of them are there and where do they come from? Let's worry about this side first. Thank you. So I know from the last one that everything pretty much staggers out like in every other one for the most part. It's not quite, but it's close. And I have reason to believe that he's using the same techniques. But it's, and this is pretty much true with all bracelet designing, the biggest thing in it is getting the strings that you'll start with. Like that's, if you don't start off your strings in the right sequence, it doesn't work. It just can't work. And I have this feeling like there's just something up here that's just super annoyingly wrong. No, I think it really does. I think if you look at how it's bouncing, it doesn't go all the way to the very, very end part, but it goes out to here, and that's how it comes back, and it's a gold over gold. And even if it really didn't, it'd be so much easier than trying to do the last little zigzags to try to come through here to end up there. This wouldn't make any sense. Can you see where I'm at? Like if I try to come like zigzags in here, you're just making it harder on yourself when these things are spread out the way that they are. Yeah, most of the time when I'm designing, when possible, I will go for the easiest path possible, like try to avoid extra zigzags and stuff, because to me the left, right, and right, left knots, they're just a little bit harder. And if you don't have to do them, if your pattern doesn't necessarily require so many, yeah, don't do that. Because you can kind of see like these are all lining up perfectly. The one thing I kind of questioned was, does the orange come to the white or does the white go to the orange? And I kind of feel that there's just a bit more orange going on, so I'm thinking that it's going over to where the white is. Mind you, it might not even matter, to be honest. Yeah, this is definitely like taking on patterns like this. This is definitely not for the faint of heart. Jeez Louise. Yeah, and it's kind of nice. Like I said, I almost did this as a regular weekday video, and I wouldn't have had you guys to really talk to. And this is kind of nice. And I knew, like I said, I knew this was going to take a while. And I've taken shortcuts. Like I did this gold super fast. So, I mean, yeah. Yeah, I can't picture using string so thin that you could do this many knots in a bracelet. It just doesn't. Like I struggle with when it's like the single stranded stuff. Like my eyes are not great anymore. Maybe when I was younger I could have. I don't think I want, even with my glasses, I don't think I'd want. Wonder where Phil is. I don't have somebody that's putting in all of the various things that gets the robot going. Oh, which one is the that button? Check it out, guys. We passed the halfway point for the watch hours. Yay. Yeah, he could be sleeping. It's weird hours. Yeah, he could be too. I honestly, I don't have I can't see the thing that tells me like how many people are currently in the watching the stream. So yeah, he could be. I keep thinking like, okay, this has got to be close to the middle line already. It's not. Like where where I still have some shortcuts up my sleeve here. So we'll see how it goes. So minute craft, if I make a shorter version of this pattern, do you think you want to have a go at a 56 string bracelet? No, I'm not saying you have to do it right away or anything crazy. I'm just saying, if I make one, if I make the pattern, will you make the bracelet? That looks like a very definite maybe. All right, so we're almost to the end. Finally. Good Lord. It's 56 strings. It's not a trap. It's just big. You guys know I'm still trying to I've got like a pillow that is started. I still haven't found time between all of the recordings to get over to it, and that's like a lot more strings. So doing projects like this remind me, I really need one of those wrist things for the mouse. Yeah, because it's, you know, well, it's 31 degrees here in the office right now. Like I need a scarf. I keep finding spots where like, oh, nope, I didn't bring that one down. Yeah, the silicone wrist rests. Yes, I need one. I think I've got all the yellows in. Okay, cool. Phew. All right. See, I don't like that at all. That just, I mean, it works, but it's an ugly fix. But I feel like there needs to be a row up there, and I'm not sure about it. It's possible I can bring this brown color down this way. I'm not sure quite how I feel about it. Well, oh. I think these weren't supposed to be blue. I got rid of those guidelines early and yeah, this top part still is a little bit questionable. So obviously the one that's going to be like the most little dots or whatever is the dark blue. And my plan is once I get everything else into place, whoops. Once I get all the dark ones into place, or everything else in place, I can replace everything that's left. So I need to kind of like that can work. Let's go ahead and get the red out of the way. That's an easy one. Gadget shop. Which gadget shops? You know, it's been so long since I've actually needed like a wrist thing. I have no idea where to even begin to look. Like my first thought is obviously AliExpress. But yeah, it's probably something I can just easily get here. Yeah. I mean, I've gone for a long time without one. But this is like a lot of clicking. This is a lot of mouse work.
Remember Farmville?
Farmville, we at least had those whatchamacallit.
Yes, we created macros.
Macros.
Before we did that.
Yes. Yeah, I don't even know if Facebook still has games like they used to. I mean, there once upon a time, I spent a lot of time playing games on there. But now I just pretty much kind of see if there's anything good going on with any friends, see some memes, maybe see if there's anything going on in the news. Yeah, I didn't do Candy Crush. And while I did play it for a little bit, I did not link it to my Facebook. So there's something kind of nice and rewarding about when you're filling in like this and everything is going perfectly. Like it's, you can see I'm basically following like this string going this way, this one going this way, and this one over here. and they're all just kind of going along their business. That gets to this blue, it bounces back in. This one just comes down. It gets to this corner, comes back out. This one gets to this corner, comes back out. Like, one of the things in bracelet designing is if you get to a point and you need to get a string to an area and it doesn't make sense. Like, there's a lot of people who do designing where they use an excessive amounts of zigzags to move strings around in weird ways, and sure, it can achieve an effect. In fact, there'll be a lot of that in this week's tutorials. There's a lot of me just going completely doing whatever has to be done to get a pattern to work. But a nice pattern like this, it just goes along and flows really nicely, and there's something great about that, like, honestly. So yeah, this is one of the few live streams that will actually end up getting a web page for it, because obviously I want to link the pattern to where people can actually get to it and stuff. So this one actually might get its own thumbnail and everything. So this is crazy. Well, good night, Minute Craft. Thanks for hanging out this late. It's getting late. I don't think this is actually going to take me too terribly much longer, though. I know it seems like it, but basically I just have to finish up this brown and the white, and then I can fill in all the blue, and then it's just some copy and pasting. So basically, because I decided to put this ahead of a couple other things that we had planned for the live streams, this week was supposed to have been Blindside number 3 and the My Take on 82110. Those have been postponed. Those will be next Saturday's live stream. So yeah, this kind of pushed things around a bit. I don't know why I got myself all so psyched up and like, heck yeah, I'll do it. What? Yeah. How much more is there? It's like because it just repeats like so much. It just feels like at any moment I should be. Oh, there it is. Like I feel like it should be almost the end, you know? Jeez Louise. All right. Yeah. So yeah, at this point, it's trying to make sure that all the strings are kind of moving the direction they're supposed to be. And I can't say that there's any way that I can teach exactly how to do this. This is a lot from practice. It's also knowing if there was 2 whites that came in the top, there'll be 2 whites coming out the bottom, and making sure that you always keep that going, because that's if there's ever a spot that's going to mess you up, it's going to be that you didn't see that the other one came out, and that's always a kicker to have to go back and try to find it. So there is a kind of an interesting thing where the white doesn't go past this line over here. That's kind of neat. I kind of still feel like the whites are one of the strings that's just absolutely going to get used the hardest. I mean, the red kind of gets used really close to that, but maybe not quite as much. Close, but not. That's blue. I knew I was missing one. Wow. So I have the most unusual song playing in my headphones right now. It's Mama Said Knock You Out, but it's by Five Finger Death Punch. So it's like this really hard death metal version of Mama Said Knock You Out. Like the lyrics are like as I remember it, but the whole rest of the song is not. That's crazy. What would you call it? It's like really dark. They've got that. Barely metal, really? This sounds harder than Korn. Well, kind of getting there. It's still a ways. Damn it. Yeah, considering this song kind of came out of nowhere, I was listening to like Twisted and the other sort of ICP knockoff bands. Was not expecting Mama Said Knock You Out in whatever metal-ish version. And I just saw a brown I missed right there. Yeah, I don't know how somebody would keep track of all of this in their head. Like, even for me, like, honestly, I would have to watch the pattern, especially with the way the S things change up. Like, if those were constant, it would be a little bit easier. But this pattern, I can't imagine. Wow, guys. All right, let's see what we can do with this top row. I think we can take this white out here. This blue would have come up, so we can make it go out this way. Right. That brown turned. So this brown can come out this way. This blue can come over here. Fine. And then this blue will, for this one, will come that way. Okay. This white comes out here. A white here. A brown there. A brown there. And a white there. So yeah, we can fill out that space. That's not bad. It was a little on edge with the way that that area was going to turn out, but that's fine. We worked it out. All right. Why is it up in here? That doesn't make any sense. Why is it picking up? Those aren't there anymore. Oh, that's why. There are some stuff up there because when I colored it out, I was on the wrong layer. All right, back to the pencil tool. Otherwise, it will end up, whoops, with dark stuff where I didn't intend to have it. All right, now let's try that again. So we highlight that light blue stuff, get the paint bucket and fill a whole section. Why is it so shitty? Hang on, let's Control Z. Control Z. The threshold is way down. It was down to 1. There we go. So that's 15. Let's try 20. Yeah, my computer is definitely freaking out at the amount of work it's being asked to do. Come on. See, it's not, well, it says it's got the paint tool, but I don't have the, There it goes. So see, we totally covered that whole other side over there. That's hilarious. We're in the home stretch though. So now, basically, I just put this to the guidelines, and we're just going to go a little bit wide on this, so that way we get the whole rest of the other side over there. Control C, Control V, and we flip it. And then we use the Move tool. And it lines up on both of these grid lines. So yeah, we can now anchor that layer. Let's get the pencil tool again. Wipe this out. Wow. Actually, let's grab a nice big wide swatch. Control C, Control V, and again we flip it, but this time we flip it vertically. And get it onto the grid. Trying to line it up a bit. It's gonna be close. That looks like it's right there. Oh, look at this. We missed similar colors. We missed one of the squares and it filled in with the dark blue. It was supposed to be this brown. Yeah. That was like a really obvious mistake. That's so funny. There it is. So my estimate and how long it needed to be, off by a little bit, but not too terrible. Let's take that pencil thingy over here, blow it up big. Whoops. Gonna wipe out a little bit of this so we can shrink this down to a slightly more manageable image. Let's see, crop to selection. There we go. It is done, guys. I mastered the monstrous bracelet, and you can see like we got the center really good because the S things do what they're supposed to do. The gold does what it's supposed to do. That looks really, really, really cool. Wow. All right, guys. That's it for tonight. Before I go, I want to thank my Patreon supporters who made all this possible. I have to come over to the other side because it wasn't set up for the other thing. I really appreciate it, guys. I had a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys had fun with this as well. We'll be back next week with the other stuff. I guess, what was it? The Blindsided creations and the My Take thing. So yeah. Was there any other news I was supposed to tell you guys about? I can't remember anything. So yeah, I mean, I think I better get out of here before I get my strings in a bunch. So yes, don't get your strings in a bunch.